getting the first pick.
Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the...
Wildcats putting on a clinic. Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Hello and welcome to the one and only Overwatch Tranquility with the new dress code, of course. We're trying out for all our casters.
Dang. Oh man, I forgot mine, K-Wing. I missed the memo. I'm so sorry. I had to fill in last minute. My outfit's still packed up somewhere. I just finished my move today, so dang. That's a rip, K-Wing.
Of course. The real reason that I'm doing this is because it was one of our goals for the fundraiser for Rise Against the Disorder, which we ended up raising over $5,000 for, which is an incredible amount. But what we're actually here for is not just me dressed up in a maid costume, but it is in fact the knockout round of the Whirlwind Wildcats versus Doomsday. These are two teams that have been in the trenches. They've made it to the playoffs, and now they're fighting for their tournament lives, as the Whirlwind Wildcats are going to be facing a pretty tough opponent. But will it be their Doomsday?
Yeah, that's really the question tonight, K-Wing. And let's get a little bit of history and before we break down the rest of the matches that are going to be happening tonight. Whirlwind Wildcats, during the event week, had to essentially rebuild their entire roster. Typical Tranquility teams. A couple, have players that drop left, right, and center. And Wildcats were like, nope, we will not go dead, or we will not go quietly into that good night. We will rebuild, we will come back stronger, and somehow, some way, they were able to claw their way through the elimination group in Stage 2 and make their way here. Doomsday finding themselves kind of in a similar situation, previously known as Q for Quarantine, or at least majority of the members from the team are part of that previous team that we saw in the Discord tier last season. They ended up coming in Stage 2, replacing another Transcendence tier team, so they inherited their entire bit of luck being locked down into the elimination bracket as well, and have been doing pretty well of climbing their way back up. So needless to say, both these teams literally in that lower bracket fighting out for their lives. Whoever loses tonight goes home. There are no second chances. There are no pass goes, collect $200, none of that jazz. You got to win tonight if you want to keep going. But they are not the only folks that are running the gauntlet that is going on tonight. Looking at all of the matches laid before me right now in our little spreadsheet, we've got in the Harmony tier, 7th seed Big Bang Buccaneers versus 10th seed Boop, 8th seed Strix versus 9th seed Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, 7th seed Jersey Boys versus 10th seed Phoenix Rising, 4th seed Luminous Foxes versus 5th seed Palm Beach Broggers, 3rd seed Vanguard Spartans versus 6th seed Firefight, and 3rd seed Sky Guardians versus 6th seed Frost Nova. Moving to Discord tier, we have 7th seed Ragnarok Fenrir versus 10th seed Alt F4, 8th seed Monarch versus 9th seed Valkyrie, 8th seed Redacted versus 9th seed Reckless Sigma, 4th seed Mechanized versus 5th seed Lotus, 3rd seed Paradise Lost versus 6th seed Mark 3, 4th seed Holy Jalapenos versus 5th seed Domination, 3rd seed Inferno Foxes versus 6th seed Excalibur. And in the Transcendence tier, we have 8th seed Battalion versus 9th seed Council of Anime Girls, 4th seed SS Cuttlefish versus 5th seed Corvidity, 3rd seed Bird Society Ibis versus 6th seed Atlas Arcadia, 4th seed Nya versus 5th seed Devil Dukes, which is playing on Friday, actually, won't be playing tonight. And then 3rd seed Amnesia versus 6th seed Reckless Shockwave.
That's a lot of teams playing tonight. That is, I believe 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 teams that are playing tonight. And we're going to be doing our best to keep you updated on all the scores of the games. It's going to be tough, but we're going to be doing our best to try and keep you updated. We've got people reporting on every single one of these games and updating their scores for us. So special thank you to them, of course. And yeah, so what are you looking forward to specifically in this match, Captain Jack?
I mean, the biggest thing that I'm looking for, K-Wing, is win. Like, that's really what it ends up coming down to. Both of these teams are essentially brand new rosters that we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of yet this season. You know, they've been playing for 3 weeks. Hopefully, they've gotten their feet out from under them. They obviously made it to the playoffs, so they've got some kind of stability. The question is it enough to be able to keep going so that they can continue to claw their way out of the elimination bracket? Which of these teams is able to pull themselves out of the dirt? No pun intended. We're going to be starting tonight on Lijiang Tower, though, K-Wing. So this is going to be a great place for our teams to be able to show us how they're going to kind of set the tempo for tonight's match.
Yeah, absolutely. I always like to say that control maps like this are often where you see a lot of these teams' strengths and weaknesses. You see them, you see rush played on some different composition, on some maps you see different sim strats, dive. Busan is especially a good example of this, but on Lijiang, we're going to be seeing, in my opinion, a lot of rush compositions. And now even looking at these team compositions, we have the Rhyme Sigma on one side versus the Rhyme Diva. So a bit of a different composition. Captain Jack, what do you think of these differences here?
Yeah, I find I mean, obviously we still got 10 seconds, so it begs to question whether or not the Sigma is actually going to come out. I would anticipate the swap over to the Diva, but honestly, at the end of the day, the Rush is going to beat out that double shield. Even if you have one player that's a little bit more mobile, Meow MC is going to have to put in a clinic if they want to get any sort of damage past this Rush comp.
Yeah, especially with this Junkrat coming in from Charlotte. Actually, when he gets first by Pluto, that's a big first snipe. The Amplification Matrix, pardon me, the Immortality is going to come out and go. There's the Lucio, so if you lose that, you're gonna struggle, especially with these Reinhardt compositions. Pineapple gonna get a double kill and looking for more hungry. Hunting gonna be sped in by the Lucio, but actually gonna get taken down, and that could put some hurt into the members of Whirlwind Wildcats, as now here comes the recontest.
Yeah, they're going to try to recontest here, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's going to be Ichabod that's going to be holding everybody together. You can get in, get out quickly. Unfortunately, we are going to see this quick flip right here, K-Wing, that's going to force Whirlwind Wildcats back for a moment, get that full regroup in, so that they can take the fight to Doomsday.
Here comes the Amplification Matrix from Beats, really just shutting down these angles with Beats. Going to allow Pineapple Taco to just swing to their heart's content, but not that much. Pineapple Taco gonna get taken down with the Shatter. Stormtrooper will take down Ichabod as well. And Doomsday, despite all odds, despite both support ults coming out from the Whirlwind Wildcats, look like they might be able to take this. Stormtrooper is still struggling, but Pluto getting to pick on a Beats is just going to end this fight for them. You cannot survive without your Baptiste.
That is true. Self-destruct gets traded with the dragon. Shatter finds 2, but the cleanup's not there. EMP finds 2 now to get the trade. And the barrier comes out, but doesn't provide the support that it's looking for. At 50% now, Doomsday currently putting on a clinic. And there were so many available ultimates right there, K-Wing, to be able to keep things going. But unfortunately, they just got wasted. They couldn't close the gap, even when we saw both of the support ultimates used at the beginning of that long extended fight. There was no speed boost from Ichabod to allow Pineapple Taco to close the gap.
Yeah, and now this Riptide is going to come in, but even if it gets some picks, even if it gets something crazy, it'll get one pick. If you don't have your Reinhardt there with you, it's going to come in soon, but you're going to struggle in it. He just gets Pineapple to attack and demolish. Pineapple Taco and Doomsday are just taking a bite out of Pineapple Taco, and the Diva Stagger is going to make this even more disgusting when it's 93%.
I hate to say this, but I don't think anyone gave Stormtrooper the memo. You're not supposed to be able to hit things. That's not the way it works, but somebody is on the objective. Ichabod, sneaky!
Ichabod keeps us alive just barely, will be taken down by Pluto, but will it be enough at this point? It looks like no, the stall's coming in, but it won't be enough. These picks are destroying the members of Whirlwind Wildcats, and they just can't really get a clean fight in.
Yeah, it just seems incredibly chaotic from the Wildcats right now, K-Wing. It's making it very difficult for them to be able to kind of solidly push together as a team, and then as the staggers continued, they found themselves in more difficult positions that eventually Ichabod was forced to separate away from the team just to be able to touch point and trigger that overtime. They have to be, jumping and jiving together in order to be able to successfully make this work, especially if you're going to get ready to run this dive. We're actually going to see mirrors from both sides. So let's see which team can pull off the dive better.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of potential for these early boops. I know these Lucios are gonna be looking for them. We'll have to see if they're gonna be able to pull it off. Already the hacks coming in onto both Winstons. It feels like a complete and total mirror match here in more ways than one. And now damage coming in, the hack coming in onto the Moira. Pineapple Taco goes down. Pineapple Taco has been struggling to deal with the aggression coming in from Doomsday, and now here comes just the dive onto the stragglers of Whirlwind Wildcats, and Doomsday will clear off the point after a not insignificant amount of stalling from Ichabod, but still Doomsday looking strong.
Yeah, I'm not exactly for certain what ended up happening there, and looking at the ult economy, I mean, Doomsday, they're set up right now, every single one of them over 50% right now, but maybe Charlotte can get that EMP online, maybe provide a little bit for them to work with, but even then, you'll still be working into 6 ultimates come the next fight.
Absolutely. I know there are a lot of people in the chat rooting for those people that they care about. That's a huge EP from Charlotte. From Meow MC, actually. Wrong Sombra. There's this follow-up Stormtrooper going to get taken down, but it might just be enough, and it will, to keep this going.
Oh, geez, K-Wing, this is looking kind of rough, I tell you what, but right now, it looks like they may be able to hold the line for now. 50% and climbing for Doomsday, and now the ult bank is in the favor of the Whirlwind Wildcats. Hopefully they have some strategy to go with the use of these ults and not a bunch of press Q in the kitchen sink.
Already, here comes 3 ults, 4 ults from the members of Whirlwind Wildcats. That's a lot of ults to be using, especially when you're just taking point for the first time, and Inferno is going to be there to stall it out just for a little more. Going to get taken down, but 72%, and you only have 2 ults online now.
Well, the good thing is that they also got everyone but 2 ultimates out for the side of Doomsday as well. So that's going to work out really well for them. The unfortunate part is if Meow MC can get that EMP back up, self-destruct.
Little too high.
Oh!
Both Lucians get both kills. Main finds the pick onto the Winston. Now you lose a lot of this force. These support mains are bloody. They are just going for all the kills. Let the DPS do something, Nanook. Oh my gosh. You just... Nanook! Stop it! Stop it, Nanook. You cannot be this bloodthirsty. It's not allowed. You can't do it.
Well, the Primal Rage is coming out from Pineapple Taco, but gets hacked and melted down, K-Wing. There's not going to be much that they can do about it, but they're playing the plat console game right now. As long as one person is on the objective, keeping that percentage going in their favor, that's all that matters, and they're going to be able to keep it going. There's Charlotte in the fight. Pineapple Taco joining in to be able to keep that percentage rolling in their favor. 5 now back into it. It doesn't matter that they keep dying and they're feeding off percentage because they're gaining it too, and they're gaining that percentage on the objective to go ahead and keep things going to the 67%. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a really good stagger, and now interesting sort of composition looking into these old banks. Both EMPs up. It's going to be a matter of who's able to use it first and who's able to use it better. A lot of ults, all 6 ults here on the side of Doomsday. So if Charlotte can get a good EMP off first, that could be the decider, but Meow MC is set up. They're right behind them. Here comes the EMP. It's got all 5. It's got all 5, and that's it. The EMP from Charlotte comes in, but there's just no one there left to follow it up. It is a team kill. No one is going to be able to touch the point, and Doomsday will beat for success, and they have got our first map.
That's absolutely right, K-Wing. Now remember, folks, in the knockout round is no best of 5s this time around. It is first to 3. You win 3 maps, you get to move on to the next round. So Whirlwind Wildcats already down 1 map. Oh, jeez. I can't believe we missed that beautiful shot from Pluto right there. The double kill coming in with the Storm Arrow and just the absolute domination. Look, Inverno, 33 elimination, 70% kill participation. Just absolutely dominant there on the side of Doomsday. But I gotta be honest with you, K-Wing. I feel like I'm watching a comp game. There doesn't seem to be, from either team, a lot of coordination or communication, and I guess that's kind of expected. You know, we are kind of in the trenches. You know, we are dealing with those teams that just kind of barely made it into the knockout round, so I'm hoping that maybe this is just a warm-up, because we're seeing a lot of ults thrown around. We're seeing a lot of people kind of out of position, staggering themselves, you know, not really working with that team cohesion. And so I'm really wanting to see how this changes. It looks like Whirlwind Wildcats have chosen Temple of Anubis from the map pool for our next map, and that lends itself to a lot of different strategies. You know, if you want to cheese, you can go double shield, pull out the Bastion, pull out the Torb, you know, just rain Hellfire with the bullets and hope that Doomsday doesn't have a strategy to be able to stop it. Or, you know, you can go for your typical brawl that you see on here, or your rush composition. It did work a little bit for the Whirlwind Wildcats, but when Pineapple Taco was getting a little out of position, that's when they kind of got caught on the back foot. When your main tank gets taken out in a rush or a brawl, it makes it really hard to be able to keep that team alive and be able to keep your objectives safe. So as long as we continue to see kind of this continued dominance from Doomsday, I think that that's what's really going to sell, keeping their momentum going. Whirlwind Wildcats, if they want to shut it down, they got to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're waiting here, there have been some score updates in the Harmony tier. Bing Buccaneers takes the first map off of Boop. Strix takes the first map off of Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Vanguard Spartans takes the first map off of Firefight. In the Discord tier, Ragnarok Fenrir takes the first map off of Ultaf 4. Redacted takes the first map off of Reckless Sigma. And Excalibur takes the first map off of Inferno Foxes. An upset there. In the Transcendence tier, the only update we have gotten is that Amnesia takes the first map off of Reckless Shockwave. So far, this is kind of what we expected, with the exception of Excalibur taking that first map off of Inferno Foxes. The number 6 seed Excalibur going to Inferno Foxes and coming at the king, and you know what? You're not missing.
K-Wing, we talk about this all the time, that sometimes it's all about kind of hiding your hand before it's really important. We have some teams, they like to just keep it quiet, keep it loose, they make adjustments when folks aren't paying attention, and they might find themselves in a better position despite what their seeding may actually be. Looking at compositions right now, looks like we got double bubble on both sides. Charlotte opting for the Sombra with the Rose on the Widow. Actually, it looks like Charlotte just using the Sombra for scouting. Gonna go ahead and swap on over to that Tracer. See if they can get in the back line and deal with Pluto face to face. But the rest of the team's gonna have to move in rather quickly. Meow MC, Ori in the sky.
Rose does find a pick, but Stormtrooper is just absolutely zapping through the entirety of the members of the entirety of the members of the Whirlwind Wildcats. Meow MC gonna find another pick as well in the sky on that Echo, as you were talking about, getting a lot of ult charge, and now Pluto switching on to the Widow.
That's definitely going to be a better battle for both of them. The Ashe typically is a better hero to pick just kind of overall, but you don't have that extra charge to be able to get those one-shot kills that Widowmaker is able to do on their own, at least without the Mercy Pocket. We're going to see that Widow 1v1 kind of going on now as we see the fight commence on the high ground.
Yeah, both these instances going in, and that's a huge sleep onto Stormtrooper. Pluto finds a pick onto Rose, but Pluto is not long for this world. They're really trying to roll in Wildcats.
Oh no! That is not a good position to be in. Rose getting DC'd from the game. We're going to have to wait for them to get back. But as of right now, at least based on what my pause screen shows, Charlotte fighting it out with Stormtrooper on the objective. I know Pineapple Taco just took out Pluto and is in the mini health pack room. Looks like we got him back, ready and raring to go. Let's see if they can get that first tick on the objective.
It looks like the Will Charlotte is absolutely going wild on this objective. We're going to get 2 kills before it's over, and it looks like a fairly quick capture of point A with a few ults left to spare for the Whirlwind Wildcats.
That was absolutely beautiful coordination right there. A little crazy, but Pluto, not a fan of how that first area ended up turning out. We'll get that first pick onto Rose. Remember, Rose also lost all their ult charge in that fight. They're going to make the swap right on over to the Cowboy for this next fight, looking to see if they can do some more damage on the low ground. Pluto responding with the Tracer.
Ooh, that's a good opening grab onto the Zarya, just going to get that early pick. Here comes the copy onto the Winston, just going to get slept and melted down. To be able to get out with their lives. The look of the game here is no. Stormtrooper also going to fall. This could be a quick snowball, as Pineapple Taco hasn't even used the primal range. Will they even need to at this point? Because the point is completely gone. They're going to use it to zone out in 4 minutes and 15 seconds? This is a different Whirlwind Wildcats from the Whirlwind Wildcats we saw on Lijiang Tower. Rose disconnecting must have triggered some fight or flight response to them, and now they're starting to take off. They're starting to absolutely blow away the members of Doomsday.
Well, it's exactly as you said, K-Wing. It's fight or flight season right now, and it looks like Whirlwind Wildcats claws out, choose fight. 4:15 on the clock is nothing to scoff at on 2CP, but it also is relatively standard if your defense isn't very strong. So it's going to be seeing what Doomsday have in the pocket. They could easily make this just as quick, if not a faster run for Objective Alpha and Bravo in over 4 minutes time. The question is, what the heck are we seeing from Whirlwind Wildcats? Oh boy.
I took 1 second to look at chat and I just come back and I see this. Man, this looks like something in my gold games, huh?
Yeah, it is gorgeous. I love it. Even got the perfect turret placement, not on top at the angle, just barely on there. That's going to be great for Charlotte to just get the area coverage with the turret. And then, of course, Rose going to have the dynamite, going to be able to get it in, hopefully get it onto Stormtrooper and the rest of the team before Stormtrooper makes their jump in. The only unfortunate part is they only got one stun. They got Ichabod. Pineapple Taco does have the halt, which could prevent Stormtrooper from getting away and allowing them to finish that pick. But it looks like they're slowly, methodically choosing when to strike, and it's now.
Here comes the dive from Stormtrooper, pardon me, and already going to get booped off by the Diva, but it will be a quiet and a quick and short reprieve as here comes Stormtrooper, and immediately high ground going to be used slightly as it looks like this double shield really just wants to bunker down. Interesting choice to go with the Diva over something more like a Sigma to run more of a traditional double shield, but Rose doing very good at charging up using these dynamites, has already gotten a lot, but now it's going to come in sooner or later, this pincer attack from the double bubbles. Stormtrooper already set up for it, but 5 going to get demected. That's going to really lessen your ability to deal with spam. Here comes the nano, and Stormtrooper is absolutely just going to electrocute their way through. That's a double kill. Incredible job by Stormtrooper.
Yeah, very interesting right there how that ended up working out. I'm actually a little bit more surprised that Whirlwind Wildcats decided to move back to the objective. Usually you want to continue to hold that high ground and not allow them to take that space and, you know, maybe just utilize 5 in that Diva, you know, gives a little bit more mobility while also giving a lot of the eat potential that we see from the Sigma. It's maybe what they were looking for there. 5 minutes on the clock. This could be an easy snowball. Ooh, massive AT.
Huge anti-nades from Main. No one going to actually die from it, but here comes the Merry Molten Core. Wrong holiday, Charlotte. But still, it's going to get a lot of pressure, and the rest will come out on the Stormtrooper. But Nanook actually going to fall to Charlotte, who is absolutely, she's doing really well with this Torbjorn. Definitely not the meta pick, but she's making it work.
It's absolutely true. I'm really interested to see how this is going to continue on, where they do still have the potential to be able to grab it at least around the same time as Whirlwind Wildcats. But look at what they're walking into, K-Wing. You got the bongos, Bomb, Bob. You have the Rally and the Amp Matrix all ready and raring to be unleashed. Hopefully, we will see a beautiful stagger of ultimates here from Whirlwind Wildcats so we don't see an overinvestment and a quick flip.
Bongo gonna come early, and I think Doomsday are just going to try and wait out, but 5 is not ready to let them wait it out. Stormtrooper going to fall, but it'll just bring out the res, and that is both tank ultimates. Here comes the Bob. They are not ready to let this team wait and stay there. The immortality field used on the Bob? Excuse me? I'm so confused. They're really not waiting for this dive to come to them. Both these teams are playing very interesting compositions. Charlotte's turret is placed so aggressively, and it gets the kill onto Inferno. This is insane. This we thought was this bunker composition is playing so aggressively that it's playing more like the dive composition than Stormtrooper and Inferno are.
You're absolutely right, K-Wing, and I'm not exactly for certain why we're seeing this. To be completely honest with you, this isn't something that we would normally expect from a composition like this. But hey, you know, they're getting aggressive, they're choosing to put the pressure onto them, and we're not seeing a lot of a response until now.
Supportals come out, but it looks like just a giant. Everyone is using the ult. Every ult that they have is coming out right now. The Molten Core is going to come out from Charlotte. It'll make this point dangerous to traverse for a bit, but it will eventually dry out. The Bob also just going to hold on to this point for a little longer. The stall plate's going to come in. It seems like just a matter of time now for Doomsday, but already less time, significantly less time than the members of Whirlwind Wildcats have. So it's just a member of how low can you go for the members of Whirlwind Wildcats. They're switching on to every single stall crew that they can in order to be a member matter of if not of when, not if. Pluto's going to go down, though. Could this be the start of a turnaround? If they get a few more picks, it could be, but we'll have to see. Ichabod trying to come in, almost C9's the point, still just skating, just trying to stay alive and trying to wait for the next member to come on the point. Pineapple Taco, the last one, going to go down, and eventually the point will be capped. 1 minute and 45 seconds on the clock for Doomsday versus 4 minutes and 15 seconds for Whirlwind Wildcats. This is such a turnaround.
And that was the perfect amount of stall time too, K-Wing. It was absolutely perfect because once you get it below that 2 minute mark, your team doesn't lose any time. You know, that reset that essentially happens if both teams are over 2 minutes. So now Whirlwind Wildcats, they got nothing to lose. They got 1:45 that they have to stall out on Objective Alpha, which they were able to do relatively well. But even if they lose that, they have essentially an entire round's worth of time to be able to push through, and they didn't even need that the first time around.
Yeah, absolutely. Their aggressive attack was mind-boggling, and it worked out incredibly well. So we'll have to see if they can catch lightning in a bottle again, or if this is just going to be the new norm for them. Really doing very well, and surprising, honestly. I didn't expect this.
I did not either, and it looks like we're going to get the Cowpoke duo this time around. No Torbjorn. Charlotte opting for the Cowboy, utilize that Peacekeeper, and give that extra stun potential that they were kind of missing last time around. Hopefully they're able to actually catch a Stormtrooper this time, instead of having to force Stormtrooper off of the high ground and just delete them and stagger them from the rest of their team.
That is going to be the question. Pluto sneaking around the side. I think Ichabod has sniffed them out, just waiting for Pluto to try something, just waiting for them to come in. Looks like they will eventually come in. Ichabod guarding the door, just not even letting anything through as this poke war continues. Rose already 41% and charging incredibly fast. Stormtrooper actually will not be able to dive in right now. Still, Rose is just sitting uncontested on his high ground in a place where you can't really be hit by Stormtrooper 5, not letting this happen. Meow MC goes in very aggressively, going to get taken down. That Mercy Pocket does not make you immortal, and Meow MC just found out. Pluto goes down, Charlie will as well, but it might not be enough for the members of Doomsday. They've taken a long time, and there's 40 seconds left. They only have about one more fight. Nano is going to probably go in onto Stormtrooper very soon. They do have double support ults and nothing on the side of Whirlwind Wildcats. Here comes the Nano. Here comes the Valkyrie, Graviton, and Primal Rage coming in. All the ults belong to us, as it looks like the hits coming in. Rose's Bob actually does find Stormtrooper and Nana. Is it the Bob clutch? Is it the Bob clutch? It will not be the Bob clutch.
That's true, but they're in overtime right now. If the Whirlwind Wildcats, it looks like they're going to go ahead and give it up. So that means that Doomsday going to get 30 seconds added to the clock. They get one push. K-Wing, one chance at glory to be able to take Objective Bravo. Otherwise, it is going to be a long first point hold for Doomsday.
The thing is that they've used up pretty much all of their ultimates. They're only really going to have their 2 DPS ultimates versus the members of the MC. They're going to have the Diva Bomb. They're going to have the Brig ult. If this Diva Bomb hits more than one person, it might just be over. Meow MC goes down early. Here comes the Diva Bomb. Is this going to be the nail in the coffin? It will not. But already, point ticking. Overtime with burning down. Maybe going to get 5 before the remake. That's crucial. Meow MC going to get revived by Nana. This could be enough. Here comes the high noon from Charlotte, trying to get something, anything going to shut this down. The copy comes in onto the Orisa. Will he be able to get the bongo? The bongo does not come from Meow MC. Inferno goes low. The Nano onto Pluto. Pluto gets burst down. Ichabod takes him down. Nana is gone, and it looks like so are the chances of any ticks coming in. Charlotte ending it up with a 3K, and I know that that is going to make a lot of fans of Whirlwind Wildcats very, very happy.
Very much bingo, bango, Mega Bongo coming in right there. K-Wing just absolutely provided the little bit of extra power that Charlotte needed to bing, 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 headshot after headshot after headshot to lock down that objective. Not a tick to be had on point. Bravo is going to give them 4 minutes and 15 seconds to capture Alpha and get a tick onto Bravo. And based on how things worked out last time, they're going to be setting up really well. The question is Doomsday stubborn? That's really what it comes down to. Are Doomsday stubborn in their composition that they're going to continue to run it the way that they have been running it? Right now it looks like Meow MC is going to come out on the Pharah, so we're going to get a little bit of a difference. But is that enough? And remember, Rose and Charlotte are still on that Widow Sombra. If Charlotte sticks on that Sombra and is able to get just barely within range of Meow MC and Nanook, it's going to be curtains for this Pharah Mercy combo. And then what do you got? As long as they're able to dive in and get the targets that they're looking for, it's going to work out incredibly well for the Whirlwind Wildcats to grab point Alpha.
Meow MC tries to get some early poke in, immediately gets nearly taken down by Rose. Charlotte going to switch onto the Tracer now. And there is something that I think it was Yeti who was joking about it. It was NPC who was joking about it in chat that we might get a map 8 banger. It's very possible that we see a drop here.
Goodness.
If the members of Doomsday do not hold point A, but they hold point B, that's a draw. Now SP goes down early. Is Nano going to be able to get the res? Now Nano cannot res 2. Already Rose putting in some work. Charlotte getting so much damage in, going to win their team point A, and that might just be enough to guarantee that they don't lose. Please, Wildcats, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do a massive banger. Not in this.
I mean, that would have been just funny if Wildcats would have forgot any longer. Oh crap, we have to actually capture the objective and stuff. So, needless to say, it looks like we are going to see Meow MC opt over to the Doomfist now. See if we can get some of that one-shot potential.
Huge anti-need from Maymain. None of these tanks are getting any healing, but Meow MC tries to go in, gets taken down by Beats and Charlotte there. Impressive play already. Here comes the Imprecise from Rose. Really, really tough. Five has this bomb. There goes the Diva. Nanook is gone. The Diva, the Pulse Bomb comes in. Charlotte is slept and taken down, but Maymain is gone. That might be it. Is there enough in the tank for Whirlwind Wildcats to keep this going? Will it be a stagger that'll come in? There's not many people from the Whirlwind Wildcats on the point. Will this primal rage be enough to knock them all off the point? That is the question here. Meow MC on the Doomfist, trying to just stay alive long enough for their cavalry to come in. Rose and 5 both going to find picks. Will it be enough? The eternal question. It looks like the answer might be no, as finally the picks coming in for Doomsday. Stubbornly, Whirlwind Wildcats still trying to keep this alive. Charlotte is absolutely running amok through the members of this team. Here comes 5, also has the bomb. Will they throw it in? It looks like they're not going to go down. And still, here comes the bomb. Will 5 throw it in? Will it be enough? Doesn't find anyone. Nano goes down. This is a long fight, and I'm not sure if it's going to go 5. It's going to go Whirlwind Wildcats' way. The ante comes in, that catches 3 people from the members of the Whirlwind Wildcats. This might not be enough. DMEC 5 stalling out. Rose goes down and just barely. Look at how close that is. They're not going to make it.
Okay, Wing. No, they are not. And just about every advantage that Whirlwind Wildcats had right now have got them on the back foot. They have allowed Meow MC and Maymain and Pluto and Stormtrooper all to earn up their ultimates at this point because they staggered the fight out for so long. Pineapple Taco and 5 came so incredibly close to being able to take that objective, but unfortunately it just was not enough, and they may get staggered even further here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. The Nano comes in onto Stormtrooper, and the members of the Whirlwind Wildcats are getting pushed back to spawn.
Yeah, but they have some ultimates to spare. A lot of ults used in that fight. The Rally, the Nano, and the Meteor Strike. They still have a couple to be able to utilize, but that just means it is now in Whirlwind Wildcats' favor with less than a minute on the clock. If they're going to make a move, it's got to be strategic, and they got to do it now.
Here comes the rally from Ichabod, the Nano, onto Pineapple Taco. Pineapple Taco does have this Primal Rage. Will it be enough? The anti-nade comes in onto the main nade. Going to go low. Charlotte finding another pick. That's now 4? It's now 3. D-Max the Diva. That might just be enough, and that will just barely be it as we evade it. And 1-1 now. The Whirlwind Wildcats even us up.
Well, it's not going to be a map 8-banger NPC. Sorry about that, but Ichabod coming in with the play of the game on the Brig, putting in an absolute clinic, mind you, just on the attack or defense, just absolutely smacking every which way but Sunday. To be able to hold that objective down. Honestly, it looks like Whirlwind Wildcats, they found their tempo. Nice card. 69% kill participation. Let's get some nices in chat, folks. But nevertheless, K-Wing, that ties things up now as we get ready to head into our next map. And honestly, I don't know where we could go from here. You know, Doomsday looking a little bit shaky there on 2CP, but Whirlwind Wildcats, I feel, could just as easily be upsetted by Doomsday should they lose this momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really big turnaround for Whirlwind Wildcats, but I think one thing we've seen is that this thing can turn around on a dime. So there's a lot of things going on here, and just like that, there's a lot of things going on with our other games. So how about we split this up? I'll take Harmony and Transcendence, you take Discord. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Sounds great. Okay, let's run through. Harmony tier 2-0 currently for Bing Bang Buccaneers over Boop. So Boop is looking to get this reverse sweep started, or they are gone from the tournament. Next, we have just want to make sure I didn't mute myself on Discord.
Nope, you're good.
That would be bad. We are
still
great.
hear you.
We're going great. Strix 1-0 over the Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Jersey Boys 1-0 over Phoenix Rising. Currently, the Palm Beach Poggers are 2-0 over Luminous Foxes, one map away from upsetting the 4th seed. Luminous Foxes are the 5th seed Palm Beach Poggers. Spartan Vanguards. What? The Vartan Vanguards. The Vanguard Spartans. That's what it said.
Words are hard when you read fast, K-Wing. I feel that.
The Vanguard Spartans are 1-1 against Firefight. Both these teams tied up. Frost Nova 1-0 against the 3rd seed Sky Guardians. Ragnarok Fenrir are 1-1 with Alt F4. Monarch and Valkyrie still scoreless. We might not have. Oops, I'm stealing your thunder.
It's all right. I was giving you some space. I'll take the rest then. Redacted over Reckless Sigma. Redacted 2-0 right now. No updates for Mechanized and Lotus or Paradise Lost and Mark III as of right now. Not for certain what's going on with Tom, Joe, and Pineapple Bro there. We might have to knock some heads during halftime and get those scores. Domination, though, holding strong 2-0, trying to upset the 4th seed Holy Jalapenos. And Excalibur looking to take down Inferno Foxes, also sitting at 2-0 as the 6th seed looking to trump, bad word, looking to overtake the 3rd seed Inferno Foxes. The Transcendence tier, we have Battalion, the 8th seed taking 2-0 over Council of Anime Girls. Get your uwus ready to try to give them some power there. Corvidity, 5th seed, currently taking on SS Cuttlefish. 4th seed 1-0 right now. Bird Society Ibis up 2-0 as the 3rd seed against Atlas Arcadia. And then Amnesia is 3rd seed, tied with Reckless Shockwave, succeed 1-1 in those Transcendence tier matches that are going on right now. We're going to go ahead, throw it to a quick break, so go ahead, use the restroom, grab a snack, whatever it is y'all need to do. We'll be back with more Overwatch Tranquility in just a few moments.
Hello and welcome back to the knockout round between Whirlwind Wildcats and Doomsday. Before we went to the half, we had our first map, which we really thought was kind of the death knell for Whirlwind Wildcats, and then they came into Temple of Anubis swinging for the fences, and they were able to take it out after almost drawing in that final fight. But Whirlwind Wildcats were able to turn it around. We're currently 1-1, and now it is up to both of these teams to see who is going to come out on top now as we go into our third map, the hybrid map, which is going to be Doomsday's pick.
That's absolutely true, K-Wing, and it's going to take us to the place that y'all should already be expecting. We're heading to Kings Row. That's where we're going to be heading off to, and this has seen some interesting changes as of late. If you've been paying attention kind of to the Tier 2 competitive scene, we've been seeing a lot more Ball Diva dive on Kings Row, so not so much of the brawling mirror matches that we're used to for the many years on this map. You know, a little bit more fast paced, a little bit more strategic, instead of essentially just kind of making your entire team a battering ram to run into the other one. So it'll be interesting to see if either of those teams decide on that, if they've got the coordination to be able to utilize that composition. Of course, as always, there are many compositions that can be used on King's Row, but the rush and the brawl, those are typically the ones that we see come out here. Taking a quick look at our scoreboard for the other matches that are going on here, it doesn't look like we've seen any other updates except for, I think, Bird Society Ibis now up 2-0 against Atlas Arcadia. I might be wrong on that one. A lot of matches coming to 2-0. Jersey Boys in the Harmony tier just got updated 2-0 against Phoenix Rising. Strix up 2-0 against Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. And it looks like that's about it. And Gizmo, Pineapple Bro, or Tom Joe, if you can hear me, we tried to knock your heads together between matches. We need those scores, baby. We need to know who's going on to the next round.
Jack, I'm sorry, you just missed. I went to look at the composition coming out on defense, and Pluto was on the Bastion.
Yeah.
They're not anymore. They're not anymore. But the emotional stress that it caused me is immeasurable, and I will be seeking damages from the Doomsday team and organization. Thank you very much. You scared me too much, and I will not stand for it. But coming out here on pretty much mirror compositions, we see the rotation up to the high ground that we all kind of know and love. If you've ever been in any kind of team that has scrimmed or practiced Kings Row, you've seen this rotation as the two teams almost split around the statue, trying to choose a side to go. Here comes the main wall. Will they be able to? Just a small crack in the wall. There's the main wall that comes in. Both immortalities go down, so both these teams are now mortal. They aren't going to be able to just outlast the wall. Both come in the battle of the walls now. Stormtrooper is going to be the first one to go down, and Nanox will soon fall. It looks like the aggression coming out from the members of the Whirlwind Wildcats is not just contained to Egypt, it's worldwide Whirlwind.
That's absolutely true, and this composition has always been deadly, even in the mirror match. You know, we're looking at the McDonald's special shake composition with the Cowboy and the May. And utilizing the May wall right there might catch Pineapple Taco out of position. Actually catches Rosé instead.
That's a shattered, but Pineapple Taco shatter is bigger than your shatter. I think we were both watching as Stormtroopers shattered multiple people with no shield in front of them, and we're thinking, where's Pineapple Taco? Surely the Reinhardt would not go off on some sort of lone adventure like the Lone Ranger that he is, and apparently he did. Oh my god.
Wow. And the funny part about it, right, K-Wing, is that Stormtrooper was in range, but the cone was just millimeters off from actually hitting Stormtrooper and stunning them out, right? And just, you see Pineapple Taco just, well, obliterated now. Now you see Pineapple Taco obliterated.
Yeah, Pineapple Taco is now dead. That's what Pineapple Taco is. As the aggression coming in from Doomsday could be very deadly now, because this is a tough place to get held. And now here comes the coming back in on this side of
That's smart. That's smart.
up. They're coming in onto the high ground. I'm interested to see where they're gonna go. They're avoiding that choke completely and just dropping through that one window.
Well, actually, I think the goal was to send it. Yeah, I think they were looking for that long rotation, but ooh, look at the ults.
What a blizzard! What a blizzard from the LMC catches everybody in it, and you cannot outlast that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That would have been a much smarter move if they actually would have gone through with the rotation. Like, it's smart, right? You don't want to go through the choke. You know, you rotate around via the high ground to be able to get to where the payload is and kind of get behind the enemy team. The only one that's really going to fight you there is Inverno, and right now, you know, she's kind of on her lonesome. I don't think the team was ready to rotate to that high ground, and now we're seeing the rotation, the flip, as it were, as Whirlwind Wildcats now are on the defensive side, looking to come in with Charlotte's Blizzard.
Yeah, this is absolutely what they wanted. Stormtrooper going to get stunned, not going to get taken down, but here comes the beat from Nana, going to allow Doomsday to be a lot more aggressive. The shatter comes in! You heuristic fool, Stormtrooper trying to charge in. Pineapple Taco has your number.
That's true. I was actually a little impressed by Pineapple Taco Shatter. It was on top of the payload and somehow still fell everyone. I didn't know that that was a possibility. I knew that the Shatter would go under the payload. I did not know that it could be on top of the payload and still hit everyone on the ground. So very, very interesting. But here's that Ant Matrix again. Beautiful wall.
Absolutely a beautiful wall there from Charlotte. Really good on these walls, but Stormtrooper is going to go down. There goes Meow MC as well, and it just looks like that's going to be it. The Immortality Field comes out from Main, and there's just nothing they can do. Whirlwind Wildcats are just going to keep rolling through.
I gotta be honest, that was almost perfect there from Pineapple Taco, booping Inverno away just enough to get Point Bravo. That was absolutely gorgeous. That's your typical comp Rhine, just tackling and booping people away and accidentally being able to get the value out of it. You love it. You love to see it. You hate to feel it. But now as we head in, the ult percentage is now on the side of Doomsday.
There's this shatter coming in from Stormtrooper, catches Pineapple Taco. 5 throws in the bomb, not gonna find anything, but the Immortality Field, that's an aggressive remake as well. Still not gonna find anything as the Shatter just going to come in and catch everyone off guard there.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate there. Charlotte was doing a great job trying to freeze out Stormtrooper. I mean, the Immortality Field would have still kept them alive, but the damage would have been done enough for them to be able to clean it up. And that's the issue, is Stormtrooper was just a second away from being frozen. The shield didn't drop fast enough, and 5 ended up getting 0 value out of that bomb, except for putting in a couple cracks of Stormtrooper shield.
There's the blizzard, and combined with the wall, Pineapple Taco is just going to have to sit there. Immortality Field going to save them. There's the high noon, and Rose catches 2. D-Max the Diva, and already doing incredible. Pluto going to go down late as well. With 3 on the cart, the members of Doomsday are going to be able to contest. They need to contest for 43 seconds at least. If they can't do that, then it's going to be really bad for them as we look into potential extra rounds. The Doomfist going to be saved by the Immortality Field as 5 might be in trouble. Stormtrooper going to go down. Now looking at Pineapple Taco deep into the backline of Doomsday.
Oh my goodness.
Pluto finds the pick onto Ichabod. Could this be the start of a turnaround? Here comes the bomb. Oh, Pineapple Taco goes down. Rosie finds a pick. Will it be enough? Here comes 5, trying to get something, anything going, but it won't be enough. And the time will tick below a minute.
That's unfortunate there, K-Wing. It was so close, yet so far away for the side of Whirlwind Wildcats. And again, it's like you said, it was just a little bit of hubris right there. They let down their guard, and honestly, it kind of comes down to Ichabod. If they would have at least gone back, sped in their Rhine and their BAP, they might have been a full 6-stack for that fight.
No. Oh, poor Pineapple Taco throws in the shatter, finds 4, but there's just not enough people there to keep it going, and Pluto actually going to end up getting the kill credit for a hotly contested 5's kill.
That's true, and now it's going to come up to probably Pineapple Taco trying to see if they can tackle in to touch the objective. Maybe Ichabod if they can get back in time. 10 seconds on the clock, K-Wing. It's gotta happen now!
Full kill from Rose. 5 gets a kill with the bomb as well, and I can hear Jack peeking his mic. That's an incredible sign there. A team kill almost. Now MC going to use the Meteor Strike, going to try and keep this going. But Pineapple Taco is ready. They're not going to make the same mistake twice. Here comes the high noon from Pluto. That's a huge wall from Charlotte. Going to use the blizzard, make this point uninhabitable for anyone who dares try. The beat comes in. Oh, Pineapple Taco sends them away. Meow MC is going to take out Pineapple Taco. Will be enough. Oh, they nearly let the wick burn down. Charlotte goes down. Nana goes down as well. That's both DPS for the Whirlwind Wildcats. Will they be able to keep this going? There's the Amplification Matrix 5 trying to eat up any of the damage that's coming in, but the spawns are coming back too quick. The shatter comes in, and that might just be the end of it. Inferno. Oh my.
That was nasty. That was a beautiful stall there, just shy of Objective Charlie. They will be held, and Doomsday will have a chance to bring it back, but let's be honest here, K-Wing. It is the last point on a hybrid map, and the last point on a hybrid and escort map is always the hardest to get. And right now we've seen that these two teams have been kind of at odds with one another, very close fights, very scrappy, very chaotic, but very close in either direction. And with the spawn advantage, it's obviously going to end up going to Doomsday. But right now, the clock is ticking for Doomsday. They were able to run it down, but they still gotta get to Objective Charlie. They gotta get within range to be able to lock that down. And as of right now, you know, Whirlwind Wildcats have kind of been outplaying them.
Yeah, Doomsday did have a good hold at the end. They need to carry this into their round 2 to their attack push, because if they can't, it is going to turn control of this series over to the Whirlwind Wildcats. For now, Doomsday have always sort of been in the driver's seat of this series, but if this continues, it may be a little bit of a shift in this game, as these two unstoppable forces are going to be meeting, and we're going to be seeing which one is left over by the end of it. A Stormtrooper trying to find anything, something. Now MC going to go down early for Doomsday. Are they going to be able to take? They're not even going to be able to wait out. They're just going to be able to engage on. Pluto will find Pineapple Taco, but it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, K-Wing, this is kind of where the rubber meets the road, right? Picking the Doomfist as a stall potential, that's a great pick, you know, and it worked out really well for them. Running straight into first, second, and third fight with the Doomfist against this May and Cowboy, not the pick here. You have to, like, there's just too much potential for them to shut down everything! Oh, goodness.
My gosh, Rose gets some absolutely fragrant kills, like a fine wine, Rose.
Oh, that shadow was oh, so good. Beautiful setup there from Pineapple Taco, laying them all out, and Rose just cleaned it right on up. That is the coordination you were looking for. Meow MC, though, is stubborn, looking to make this Doomfist work, and it's not going to pay off.
The MC does find the pick, gets taken down by the bomb, and it's just another wipe for the Whirlwind. Wildcats, one tick does go through for Doomsday, but it's not enough. You cannot just get 60%. You need to go 67 meters into point C.
Like I said, they gotta swap off of that Doom. Meow MC's being a little stubborn right here. That single pick potential is powerful, right? But when you've got, if you're not getting that pick onto Ichabod, which is pretty much the one person you need to get to make sure that no one comes back into this fight quickly, then it's not going to be easy for them to make work.
Oh my gosh, that was such an incredible wall from Charlotte. Charlotte hits the wall onto Stormtrooper, blocking the shatter, and even still, heartbreakingly, the Whirlwind Wildcats are still going to lose this fight thanks to a pretty good grab from Inferno saving this fight. Eventually they will take the point, but that was an incredible wall.
Oh man, that was almost incredibly unfortunate is what that would have been, K-Wake, because everybody just stepped off the point right there. Gonna give some updates while we're waiting for the next fight to happen real quick. We've already got our first 3 victories, one in each tier. Coming in for the Harmony tier, Palm Beach Foggers have won over Luminous Foxes as we see the Deadeye coming in.
Stormtrooper going to go down trying to counterpin, not going to end up working out as here comes an aggressive play. And Rose going to pick up some more kills on their way to another fight win, and these ults are not looking good for Doomsday.
That is true, and we'll wait to go ahead and finish those up. These fights are going too quick for us to be able to update scores, but the fact that a couple of matches are already done is really kind of showing the potential coming out for these teams that we're seeing in all of the tiers in these playoff rounds. As we see lots of ultimates getting ready to be online. Ichabod almost getting caught out of position there, though.
Yeah, Ichabod almost getting punished, really trying to charge up this beam, knowing that there's some ults that could come in. Charlotte throws in the blizzard, but there's gonna be no one to follow up on it. 5 Udo 5 gets a triple kill with the bomb, but it's just not going to be enough.
O is right, Pineapple Taco, very much O. But unfortunately, O is not enough to change the tide. Payload's moving forward, but that time is still against the side of Doomsday. They have to really make some moves here. Inferno coming in now on that Zari, though. That Graviton's got to be huge. Oh, beautiful pick to start.
Down. There's a shatter, and we'll find 2 picks and trades coming in on both sides. Who is going to get the better of it? Inferno has this grab. They actually are just responsive. They're not going to be able to throw it in. The pick potentially here. Doomsday has the farther spawn, so if it comes down to it, it might come down to respawn. The beat comes in. Nanook uses the beat. They think it's winnable. Will it be, though? It looks like the respawn's coming in too much for Doomsday to really handle the bomb.
Down, no!
And it's not enough. The wall will block it off. That's a huge grab. And but Rose shuts it down. Rose has just been absolutely destroying.
So typically the term is phallic object blocked right there, but Charlotte gave the old bomb block there, unfortunately, to 5. Could have been huge, forced Rose to use the Deadeye to counter the Graviton, and now Inferno swapping over to the Diva because they know if they die again, they gotta get back in quick, but it's
huge. It's a huge shatter from Pineapple Taco, and it's all going down the drain for Doomsday.
Oh my
team
goodness.
kill.
Team Kill rings out loud and proud, and 20 seconds on the clock. They're looking for the spawn hold now. They're going to hold this choke as best as they can and hope that nobody's going to be rotating on the outside. Hope they're watching for Inverno.
Inverno does rotate. Here comes Ichabod's Speed. If they catch Nana, here comes the Shatter. It's everyone! Everyone's in the Shatter! Oh my gosh! Trooper catches everyone in the Shatter. Is this enough though? Is it enough? Everyone was just caught in that flashbang from Rose. Everyone's getting stunned and it's insane. 5 comes in for the stall, but it won't be enough. It looks like Doomsday might just be able to barely take point beta.
Oh man, K-Wing, I've only got so many O's set aside for each match that I cast, alright? And I'm getting ready to hit my cap because, goodness gracious, the bombs, the blizzards, and the shatters are all showing to just be popping off tonight. And I don't know if it's negligence on either side, just not paying attention and not ult tracking, or what?
Here comes the high noon by Rose. They have been on point.
Oh my goodness.
They're gone. Oh, they're all gone.
They're all gone, but there's still a minute on the clock, K-Wing. We're going to see Inverno go for the hard reset. They got to get that mech back for this next fight. They have 1, maybe 2 fights to be able to push this in the additional 40 meters that they need to get to be able to lock down King's Row. Otherwise, Whirlwind Wildcats going to be taking it to match point.
Name gets taken down immediately. That's one support that you cannot afford to lose. They're going to lose even more time off of this. They have 4 ults coming up on 5, but are they even going to get a clean fight? With this aggression coming in from Whirlwind Wildcats, they don't have their main support here. The Shatter comes in as well, but the Blizzard is there. Inferno takes down Pineapple Taco with the bomb, but it's a scrappy fight. It is a disorganized fight, and it looks like Doomsday thrive in the chaos.
That's true, but honestly, it just forced out a lot of ultimates that they could have used for final fight, and it's going to work out well for them. This speed invested might not be great, though.
Inverno goes down. There's the Shatter. It catches nothing. It's blocked by Pineapple Taco. That might just be the most important block. Here comes Charlotte's Blizzard. It's going to catch 2, and that is just going to seal the deal as Whirlwind Wildcats are sitting in the driver's seat.
K-Wing, we have got a winter wonderland here on King's Row as we see Whirlwind Wildcats now up 2-1 in our series. Pineapple Taco with a brand new Dragar skin. Massive Shatter, just barely well-timed. That wall could have held it all together, but just the absolute domination we have been seeing from Pineapple Taco and the rest of the Whirlwind Wildcats right now is making it really hard for Doomsday to kind of stick their feet in and hold this right now. We're going to be heading to Escort for our next map. 84? What did I miss?
84% kill participation from the Baptiste, the Red Baptiste. Who's the Red Baptiste? Which one was the Red Baptiste?
Yeats, I believe.
Yeah, that was Yeats. 84% kill participation.
Veets. So close.
Veets.
Off by 1 letter.
Kill participation from Veets. 84.
Insane.
Incredible.
Insane. That is absolutely insane right there, K-Wing. But needless to say, it's really showing the momentum that Whirlwind Wildcats are taking right now. Veets obviously has the rhythm, has the rhyme, knows exactly where their players are going. Even if Pineapple Taco gets a little bit out of position, it seems that Veets is there to hold the line, and scores are continuing to update right now. We did talk about the Palm Beach Poggers. They're going to be sending Luminous Foxes, I believe, to the lower bracket, if I understand our elimination round correctly. Looking in the Discord tier, we have an update for Redacted versus Reckless Sigma. Reckless Sigma, unfortunately, has been eliminated. Redacted will be moving to the next round of the lower bracket, as well as Holy Jalapenos being sent to the lower bracket by 5th seed Domination in a 3-0 flurry. Looking at the Transcendence tier, we have Battalion taking the 3 over Council of Anime Girls. The Uwu was just not strong enough, folks. They're going to be sent on home as Amnesia gets sent to the lower bracket by Reckless Shockwave, 6th seed. Takes down Amnesia, who has been a very relatively dominant force in the Transcendence tier. But Amnesia, maybe just having an off night, will get a second chance at glory next week.
Yeah, absolutely. A 3-1 upset to just go through the other scores right now. Bing Bang Buccaneers 2-1 against Boop. Strix 2-0 against the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Like we said, Jersey Boys 3-0. The Phoenix Rising. Luminous Foxes get 3-0'd by the Palm Beach Poggers. Palm Beach Poggers, the 5th seed, beating the 4th seed, Luminous Foxes. Vanguard Spartans, I said it right this time. And Firefight 1-1. Yeah, it's not the Spangard Vartans or whatever the heck I said.
Spangard Vartans just sounds so much better. I don't know what you're talking about, K-Wing.
You know what?
You're just helping them. You're just helping them with the branding, K-Wing. That's all that's important.
Spartans, if you want to hire me for branding, hit me
Beautiful.
up. I'm here to clean up your branding. And Sky Guardians 0-1 against Frost Nova. Frost Nova, the 6th seed versus the 3rd seed. Sky Guardians looking good so far. 2-1 Ragnarok Fenrir versus Alt F4. Alt F4 down 1 there. So now you really Alt F4 back against the wall, looking to stay alive now. Monarch versus Valkyrie. Valkyrie 2 against Monarchs 1 as Valkyrie, the 9th seed, looks to upset the 8th seed Monarch. Between Redacted and Reckless Sigma, you already said 3-1 for Reckless, or for Redacted, pardon me. They both start with RE, and I can't read. Mechanize versus Lotus, 0-0. Pineapple Bro, where you at? Where you at, buddy?
Where you at, bro?
Your games?
Where you at, bro?
Between Paradise Lost and Mark III, we do have 2-1 so far for Paradise Lost. Between Holy Jalapenos and Domination, we already said 3-0 for the Domination. For Inferno Foxes versus Excalibur. Excalibur 2-0. They must have pulled the sword out of the stone because they are coming to Inferno Foxes, the 3rd seed, and they are absolutely taking it down. And they're doing incredibly well. Like we said, Battalion 3-0 is the Council of Anime Girls. The 4th seed SS Cuttlefish. We just had an update. Ragnarok Fenrir 3-1 over Alt F4.
All right. Bye-bye, Alt F4. Sorry, folks. We'll see y'all next season. Unfortunately, that does mean Ragnarok Fenrir will move on to the next round of the lower bracket. As we go ahead and head into Watchpoint Gibraltar for our next map, let's get through the rest of these. SS Cuttlefish making a comeback here. Currently at 2-1 in favor of Corvidity, but Cuttlefish now got their first map on the board. Same thing for Atlas Arcadia against Bird Society Ibis, now 2-1, with Atlas Arcadia finally getting their first map on the board. And that is going to be it for the updates right now as we wait to see what more comes in from here. Remember, we're at match point for Whirlwind Wildcats, the rebuilt roster, looking to take it all the way home if they can make it happen, and they're looking to make a statement tonight against Doomsday. But maybe these mad scientists on Doomsday got a little secret in the pocket that we don't know about yet. As we head into Watchpoint Gibraltar, there definitely could be a lot of different advantages and disadvantages to what we could be seeing from this team. But as of right now, it looks like they're sticking with the standard dive that we'll see on the defense here. We do see Whirlwind Wildcats playing around a little bit with the double bubble. Whether or not they will go on that is yet to be seen, only because double bubble on this map without a Lucio is very difficult to be able to run, just because trying to keep your Zarya in position or in line of sight of your Winston to be able to keep them bubbled is always a difficult feat. But we will see the teleport here onto the high ground to start things off, K-Wing, and let's see who wins it out in this side room.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something that we did not... we did call Frost Nova 3-0 Sky Guardians, Palm Beach Poggers 3-0 Luminous Foxes, and Jersey Boys 3-0 Phoenix Rising. So those are the last few scores for the Harmony tier. Just want to make sure we've given the scores for all the games as we open up into this first fight in that small room. Stormtrooper going to go down very, very low, going to be able to get out, but the Widowmaker is hunting for them. Pineapple Taco going to get that first pick onto Nanook. They're going to lose a lot of sustain. Pluto goes down as well, and Doomsday are just suffering as we have a pause.
That is unfortunate. Looks like we're getting a little bit of lag. Apparently Pluto just walking into walls here. Unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see that get cleaned up here shortly. But right now, Whirlwind Wildcats looking to dominate that small room right there. And if it works out, they will go ahead and take control of this high ground, pushing back Doomsday. So will be interesting to see how that ends up working out. I got to note a little bit of something as we're waiting for them to come back, though. The Frost Nova versus Sky Guardians thing, kind of interesting. Based on what we've seen from Sky Guardians this season, very surprising to see them move to the lower bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been a force to be reckoned with. Just like this aggression from Pineapple Taco has absolutely been forcing Doomsday to... You know, I open my mouth and bad things happen. That's just what happens when you're...
tempered.
That's just what happens when you're a caster. You open your mouth, bad things happen.
That's absolutely true. Self-destruct goes high, looking for 5, but just barely gets the bubble online. Rose just clicking head after head right now.
Rose.
As 5 and the rest of the team push it right on into Objective Alpha, essentially trapping Nanook, the only one that could have touched in that side room. That's 5 minutes on the clock, K-Wing, as we head into the bunker.
Pineapple Taco has reignited this aggression. It has not been tempered out at all. Rose has forced the entirety of the team to just be scared, fear them, because they are coming. Rose is doing incredible. They are making me scared.
Ichabod, what a bully. just coming in there. Beautiful spin, though. Unfortunately, Beats getting pulse bomb right there, but thankfully Ichabod having that head on a swivel, able to pay attention to what's going on. Pluto is going for Ichabod right now. EMP finds 2, looking to turn the tide right here, but it looks like it's going to be a hold from the side of Whirlwind Wildcats. K-Wing, I think they might be able to push into Bravo.
Doomsday trying to rally, goes a little late, just trying to keep this point alive for the members of Doomsday, dueling this monkey, and might actually come out with a win, as there goes Ichabod as well. And Nanook just absolutely had to have his head on a swivel, as there have been so many threats around, just waiting to chomp down Rose. One of them, both these DPS, Rose and Charlotte, have been deadly for the members of the Whirlwind Wildcats. There's the pulse bomb. The Nano comes in onto Stormtrooper, as now they're barely holding on. Naming goes down. Charlotte is making sure that these supports have to be hyper aware and suspicious of every single noise that they hear, as Inferno just trying to stall this out. Rose will go down, but there's still so much pressure in there. There you go, and Point Bravo eventually unlocked.
Goodness gracious, K-Wing. I gotta say, Doomsday just not paying attention to Rose until Nanook was like, hey, let's keep flying from. Oh, there's a Widowmaker like 5 feet away from like Rose just had free pot shots because they had to chase the objective. And it looked like they could have turned the tide, but they spent so much time trying to make sure that that objective stayed where it was. They weren't able to get the eliminations that they were looking for. And now we're heading into objective Charlie. Rose getting picked off by a reflect from Pluto, though. That's a good way to start things off.
Absolutely, that was an incredible reflect, as Pluto hits a shot, hits a grapple shot onto the Widowmaker.
Wow.
It was an incredible thing to watch, and I was happy to have watched it. But now, even still, the members of Whirlwind Wildcats are pushing it in very aggressive. Rose switches onto the McCree, onto the Cowboy, pardon me, and Pluto is just suffering.
Ichabod, please make me a Brig 1 trick. That's all I gotta say. I cannot believe the work that Ichabod is putting in on this Brig right now. Massive EMP, though.
Here comes the Nano. Here comes the Blade Beats. Good night.
Every time. Don't doubt your honor, folks. Not a good way to go. 3v6 right now, and the grab is fat. The beams, the tickle cannon sends everybody down, and that's going to be it there, K-Wing. Objective Charlie captured with 2 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock.
Absolutely. 2 minutes and 52 seconds is a dominant performance so far, as pushing into Watchpoint Gibraltar is incredibly difficult. And like you said, the end of these escort and hybrid maps are often incredibly difficult to push through. These spawn doors are right in front of where the point needs to go. And yet somehow, not only did the members of Whirlwind Wildcats finish, they finished with almost 3 minutes on the clock. That cart did not stop.
That's true, K-Wing, but I think the thing that we really gotta think about is how this is going to work out for Doomsday, right? They've got to be able to turn this tide right now, and they've kind of been leaving themselves very open, and I feel like we're getting to this point where Doomsday, they're just going for comfort picks at this point. You know, we saw Pluto and now Meow MC moving over to the Genji. Not typically standard for what we see in against this double bubble composition, you know, especially your tanks, double beaming you down the entire time, and Veets. Mwah, chef's kiss on that sleep. You know, they thought that they had you, but no, not at all. Ran out the Nano, ran out the Blade, and then it was just easy pickings from there.
Absolutely, the Sim TP comes in early as Meow MC switches back on to the Genji, as Pluto just trying to hold that angle, trying to see if they can find anything, as nearly find the pick onto Charlotte. The Brig taken down. Good night, Ichabod. That's what happens when you open your mouth, Captain Jack. You say you compliment Ichabod, and immediately they get an Ichabod bullet between the eyes, courtesy of Pluto. Already the dive coming in. That's a huge headshot on the 5. 5 has to play way more passively now because Pluto is there, and now this team is completely stuffed into this hallway and has to go backwards now.
Take a bullet to the head. Beautiful. I love it. Alright, well, the payload is moving through the underground right now, but even though they don't have control of the high ground, they do still have quite a bit of control. That, as I say that, of course, Rose getting taken down by Meow MC is not going to be a good way to start things off.
Absolutely. Here comes the Nano onto Pineapple Taco, and going to take Stormtrooper actually taking down Ichabod. Beat's also going to go down. This Nano Monkey is going to be quite scary, but Stormtrooper is going to do too much damage. Oh, shot! Go on.
That's unfortunate there, Inverno having just enough DM to be able to hold out to grab that pulse bomb. That's going to be objective alpha. I don't think Whirlwind's going to try to stop this right now. That's 4:45 on the clock, K-Wing, as they go ahead and move their way into the hangar. But the question is, can they get past this first choke point, or are Whirlwind Wildcats practiced enough in this hangar area to hold the line?
We'll have to see. The High Noon going to come in right as these doors close. Maymain going to take down Charlotte with that anti-nade, as the Granny proves that she is not as frail as we might think. Rose going to fall to Pluto, as Pluto just showing how scary they can be. Almost all 6 ults online for Doomsday. They are just absolutely ready here. Both bubbles coming out. Infrasight from Pluto as well. Here comes the Graviton Surge, and the Bomb from Inferno is thrown in, but all the picks are going the way of the Whirlwind Wildcats.
Oh, they gotta be careful in the directions they're moving, though. Pineapple Bro could have got slept right there, and it would have been a really bad day to be a monkey. But nevertheless, they will be able to get away with that pick onto Pluto to start things off. But that's 3 ultimates down now of the full 6 stacked bank that they had to start things off on. And with Rosé now swapping over to the Widow once again, gonna be seeing some 1v1 dueling action happening.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the 1v1. The sleep coming in onto 5s. Pineapple Taco gets the nano, doesn't really go in with it. That would be a bit too over-aggressive. Here comes the Primal Rage, just really trying to delay the members of Doomsday now. Doing an incredible good job of it.
Pineapple Taco just stands there like, ooh, ooh, like caveman SpongeBob at the choke. Ooh, ooh. Nobody's gonna get through. Goodness.
Sometimes Uka Caveman Brain. What a pick there. Here comes the Nano Blade from Meow MC. Going to find a pick on a Beats. Gonna find a pick on the Ichabod. Meow MC is going a wild. Going to get taken down, but not before doing significant damage to the members of Whirlwind Wildcats.
That's true, but they gotta get that payload moving, K-Wing. All those picks don't mean nothing if the payload is still stuck on the other side of the choke. And Charlotte's doing a great job right now. Has a pulse bomb online. If they can get Inferno out of mech, that pulse bomb could be absolutely massive.
Rosé finds a pick onto Pluto. Rosé says, all right, Pluto, you've had your fun, but now it's time for the big boys and girls to come in. As already really good play so far. There's the pulse bomb. Stormtrooper goes down in the primal rage form. Nanox follows, and Charlotte's gonna find a second pick, as well as we just keep going forward. It's 3 for Charlotte, and that'll end it off.
Yeah, that's gonna finish that up right there. And unfortunately, the ultimates are just continuing to be very well staggered by the side of Whirlwind Wildcats. They've actually found a very good rhythm that could pay off in dividends in this match. And with only 1:20 on the clock, Doomsday has 1, maybe 2 good pushes to make work. And with only a rally, maybe a nano here shortly, and a Diva Bomb, it might not be enough to turn the tide.
Absolutely, they'll be hard pressed. Here comes the dive onto Rosé. Will Rosé looks like they're gonna be able to get away. Pineapple Taco uses as you said, the caveman SpongeBob ook just to delay all of the members, all of Doomsday. They've been doing this so well of just not even letting them through choke.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what it comes down to. Like, they don't have to get the picks, right? They just gotta be able to hold them on that side of the arena, and it's gonna continue to work, even regrouping with the rest of the team to get that pick on Meow MC.
Absolutely, and now going in, there's the grab from Whirlwind Wildcats. They're pushing in the pulse bomb, going to find. Here's the Diva Bomb from Inferno. No one in it. Charlotte eventually going to go down, but it's just not enough. Here comes the rally, the push, the recontest from Whirlwind Wildcats, but Meow MC finds Rosé. Here's the pulse bomb. Still nothing from that ultimate. Stormtrooper has to pull out something big. Has the primal range, has so much health. Meow MC has the blade. They can't afford to hold it. Here it comes. Will it be anything? Pluto goes down. V's going to find themselves sliced and diced, but immediately going to get taken down by 5. 5 has just been absolutely so high charged. Gets the grab onto Inferno, who has been nanoed. The point!
Yeah, there was nothing that could be done. Inferno couldn't get back. They were stuck in the Graviton Surge. They got the nano. They were able to take out the players that were trying to take advantage of them in the Graviton, but the Graviton held them in place. There was nothing that they could do to be able to get that objective and keep the overtime wick burning. And that's all gonna be it. Thank you so much to Doomsday for participating in the tournament, coming in mid-tournament to fill a spot that was well needed. But the Whirlwind Wildcats and their rebuild roster, they will continue to fly on, reminding folks do not the cat in the Transcendence tier, and they will live to fight another week.
Absolutely. Whirlwind Wildcats did incredibly well. For a second, I really did think that Doomsday was about to the cat, but it turns out that Whirlwind Wildcats, they had it on lock and they were able to keep it going and keep things alive. Now looking at the other games that we've seen for the Harmony tier, Strix 3-0s the fire breathing rubber duckies, and we have 2 games currently at 2-2. The Big Bang Buccaneers are currently 2-2 with Boop. Boop
No
was,
way.
I think, at 2-0 before. Now it is at match point for Boop. The Vanguard Spartans are currently 2-2 with Firefight. No way! We just had an update. The Firefight has upset the Vanguard Spartans 3-2, just barely beating out the Vanguard Spartans, the 3rd seed, getting taken down by number 6.
That is surprising there, K-Wing. Vanguard Spartans, another dominant team that we've been seeing in the Harmony tier, falling to Firefight. Firefight was one of those high-seeded teams, similar to Koala Kings during last season. So good to see them back, finding that fighting spirit, so to speak. They will continue on the upper bracket run. Looking in the Discord tier, we did go ahead and update that one for now. Monarch versus Valkyrie. Valkyrie still sitting up 2-1 against Monarch. We finally, somebody knocked on Pineapple Bros' dorm room or something and finally got us an update on the Mechanized versus Lotus match. And Mechanized currently up 2-0 against Lotus right now. Paradise Lost versus Mark III still sitting 2-1 for Paradise Lost. And it looks like finally the Sword from the Stone will indeed take down the Inferno Foxes, sending them to the lower bracket by Excalibur. Lots of 6-seed upsets here, K-Wing. Kind of surprised by that. Bird Society Ibis do continue to hold their positioning, though, taking down the 6-seed Atlas Arcadia 3-1. We're still waiting on some updates for SS Cuttlefish versus Corvidity. Still stuck 2-1 against Corvidity. Must be an absolute slobber knocker going on right now. And it looks like we're getting ready to... It looks like we are going to get an update here shortly on Monarch, and just due to the matches and kind of where they're at, unfortunately, we're not going to be going to another match. But as we go ahead and talk real quick about the play of the game here, K-Wing, I'll try to keep my eye out and see if we get any more updates before we sign off for the evening. So, who do you got for your player of the match tonight?
That's really, really tough, and a train just went by. I'm very sorry. Yeah, they're really
You
going
know what?
by.
A lot of these teams probably feel like a train just went by them too.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Beep,
don't know. It's really tough. I'd have to say, I think Charlotte was Charlotte was very good. Rosé as well, a really solid player of the match and really incredible DPS.
I gotta give some love to Ichabod. I was incredibly impressed by their brig play tonight. You know, obviously got a little cocky there on Gibraltar, got caught with the shield down by Pluto, but for the most part, I mean, was really playing that defensive brig incredibly well. Even when we saw them on the Lucio on King's Row, the absolute kind of cojones on that Lucio play to take the 1v6 and kind of boop him around to be able to get that beat online just in time to at least attempt to save the day. Unfortunately, I don't believe it ended up working out in their favor, but they did get to use it next fight. But just the absolute aggression coming out from Ichabod, being able to utilize that to their advantage and, you know, push Doomsday out of the tournament. That's definitely a player of the match in my book. It looks like we do have a couple of updated scores here as we were waiting. Mechanized versus Lotus sitting 2-2 right now. Same with Monarch versus Valkyrie. Not certain if we said that before. Now sitting at 2-2, and I'm not for certain if this is accurate. If it was just a misclick by someone, but we saw the Frost Nova score reset, 1-0. So I'm gonna assume that that is not the case, unless something was not communicated accurately before. Maybe that match is playing a little bit later than we anticipated. But otherwise, all the rest of the scores seem to be sitting strong right now. So, folks, be sure to be continuing to keep your eyes on the chat, the various chats in the Tranquility server. And if you haven't joined the Tranquility server, be sure to hit that exclamation, I think it's Discord, in the chat. We'll give you a link to the Tranquility server so that you can join in and be able to see what's going on in these tiers for the rest of the evening. Also, be sure to hit that heart, punch that bell, so you get notified every time we're online. Also, $5.99 or Twitch Prime, or sorry, $4.99. I'm not Google or Apple. $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime sub will give you access to some amazing emotes as well as support our amazing community. K-Wing, anything else that you want to talk about before we go ahead and close out the night?
No, I think absolutely, if you are watching and you're not a part of this community, it is absolutely a great community to be a part of. There's not a lot of places that I would feel comfortable getting on camera and wearing a maid dress in front of like 85 people, but here is apparently a place that I'm doing that. And
Me either, K-Wing. Me
yeah,
either. Oh
but
goodness. Well,
absolutely join that exclamation point Discord in the chat, and you know, that's all I have to say. You know, we raised $5,000 for Rise Against the Disorder, and that's why I'm doing this specifically, like I said at the start of the stream. But
mhm.
just incredible, incredible support community. Please join if you have the chance, even if you don't want to play. It's just a great place to be around. And I'm not saying that because I'm a part of it. I'm saying that because I believe it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time for some more featured matches.
Let's slow down for just a second there. It looks like we do have some changes to the schedule this week that I didn't know about. It looks like after tonight's match, we got to finish this up quick because it looks like Joko God's going to be bringing us Coach's Corner. Unfortunately, Joko got a little under the weather yesterday. Glad to see him back up and running. It looks like we rescheduled for tonight, at least according to the script. And then tomorrow night, we've got our Discord feature, I believe, versus Ragnarok Freya versus Poseidon, one of the matches we didn't get to see tonight. And then after the Discord tier feature match, you'll be seeing the beat drop with not me, because I double booked myself like an idiot. But I got a special guest coming in to help out with that. Going to be running the show with the amazing Thoramea. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, as always, reset the schedule coming into next week. Monday night, you got Predicting Tranquility as well as the Iris podcast. Tuesday night's Harmony tier matchup, which is yet to be decided because everything's got to shake out tonight first. And then we're back here Wednesday night once again in the Transcendence tier. So thanks so much for watching. That's K-Wing. Thanks to Cav on production. My name's Captain Jack, and we'll see y'all next time.